What's been going on in the news? What's been going on in the movie news? Well, that actor you like's done another thing. There's a few more reboots and a sequel too. And that other guy got caught with some cocaine. It's the news.
Oh, this is news. Does anyone have any news?
Jude Law
Non-Star
is
Wars for the moment.
Dumbledore. I was gonna be really crude then. He's shagging Johnny Depp.
Probably will be.
Probably will be, yeah. Dumbledore's a big homo.
In real life.
Yeah, in real life.
So in this is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them 2.
Yeah.
Whatever that's going to be called. Probably not Fantastic Beasts, I guess.
It's kind of weird that they've got... I don't really like where they... I want to hear this storyline of Dumbledore and Grindelwald and stuff, because I think it is cool.
Yeah, it feels weird the way they're going about it.
Yeah, the way they're going about it is kind of going... Here's this completely unrelated story that's set at a similar time, but actually doesn't have that much bearing on it.
It just feel like they made Fantastic Beasts,
and then kind of went,
"Oh shit, we should have done
that Dumbledore storyline, shouldn't we? Really?
Yeah, we could franchise the shit out of this."
We liked Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, we enjoyed it.
But yeah, it has felt like they've taken a strange...
I want to see what Eddie Redmayne's going to do. Is he going to be in it?
I think so.
I feel like he's probably going to be in it and then just disappear or die or something, isn't he? At some point.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but
it's good casting, no?
Good casting, yeah. I like Jude.
I can't imagine.
I kind of like Jude Law though. Like, I can't think what he's been in that's been amazing, but he's quite like charismatic, isn't he? He's
like a nice guy as well.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. He's got like, well, he just reminds me of The Holiday because Mum just watches it all the time, and he's in that. That's what I associate him with. But yeah, there's good casting. I think it'd be interesting to see how old they make him look.
I think he's supposed to be about 45, so I think he's pretty much the right age.
Give him the beard. Like how iconic is he going to be, like Dumbledore?
Maybe it's a little beard.
I reckon just horn-rimmed glasses.
Well, even though, to be fair, like Michael Gambon's was not Dumbledore at all.
No.
He didn't have it to... Although, have you heard... This is a bit of news. What Ian McKellen said about why he didn't take on the role as Dumbledore.
Was it not just because he didn't want to be typecast as a...
No, it was because Richard Harris didn't rate Ian McKellen as an actor.
Really?
Yeah, and so Richard Harris died, and basically people were like asking... I think the question was, like, he was basically offered it, I think. Yeah. But he didn't want to step in for Richard Harris because Richard Harris didn't rate...
Didn't like it.
He said, he was like, technically... I think his phrase is something like, technically, he's outstanding, but... I'm going to try and find it, actually. It's like
something like,
he's got like no emotion in it. And I just think, I don't know what you're talking about, Richard Harris.
I was like, Richard Harris, you are
like
second from Michael Gambon. Pretty shit in those films.
Yeah.
Like, Dumbledore in those
films. He was about to die, though.
Shit. Like, but why'd you hire someone who's about to die?
Well, he didn't realise he was about to die. At least Richard Harris had some sort of warmth to his character. Like,
did he?
Yeah, he didn't nail it, but he got closer to the interpretation of what Dumbledore should be.
Yeah, but if I was Ian McKellen, I'd just be like, yeah, I'll do it. And I'll do it better than that because you were shit.
Yeah.
And I'll play the role properly.
Go to Ian McKellen straight away.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably because he was. Yeah, it was
probably similar time, wasn't it?
Yeah. Plus, it isn't this thing of like he wasn't typecast then. Well, he wasn't like seen as.
Well, he hadn't done films really until X-Men.
Yeah.
X-Men and Lord of the Rings were like the first proper big films he'd done. He's mainly stage. Yeah.
Okay. Jude Law, good.
Yeah.
Good casting.
Yeah.
Any other news?
Casting news: Josh Brolin's been cast as Cable in Deadpool 2.
He is Thanos in those Infinity War films. Don't know what my accent was then. Just trying to sound dumb. Kind of went from like Texan to like Cockney.
Yeah. All in one sentence.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Put that on like a reel.
Yeah.
Is that how you got the
Matthew Hall voice reel?
I could play paedophilia victims real easy.
I know what it feels like to... technically brilliant but passionless.
Oh, okay.
Is what Richard Harris said about...
Go watch Lord of the Rings, Richard Harris.
Yeah. But you can't because you're dead. And I'm glad. Dixon Ian McKellen.
Yeah, I feel less bad about criticising him now.
Oh, right. I thought you were going to say, I feel less sad that he's dead.
Yeah, I think you could say that.
I do a little bit, yeah. Because he criticised Ian McKellen for no... Like, what's the point in that?
It is a bit of a dig,
it's a big thing to say, isn't it? Like, who else did he
actually,
say
I don't know. It's like a context taking out.
Yeah,
like you don't know what the...
Someone else isn't.
It's not. He probably wasn't sat in it just going, "Hey, do you know what I don't like? Ian McKellen."
Probably didn't realise.
It's probably homophobic. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You never know.
Probably.
He's old, wasn't he? A lot of old people have.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin's Cable, who
Yeah.
is the
Son.
He's the son of Scott Summers and
a clone of Jean Grey.
In
Who's
the future,
sent to the future. No,
he's
he's sent to the
to the
future
future
because he's got a techno virus.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
needs to go to the future to save himself from
then he
it or
comes back.
something. And then he comes back older than his parents.
Yeah,
I
correct.
don't understand.
That's gonna
I
be.
thought Cyclops was in love with Jean Grey. Why has he had a baby with a clone?
I
of her?
can't remember. I don't know why.
Did she die? And it's
Yeah,
like, all
probably.
okay?
Yeah, she probably died, yeah.
And he was just like,
He probably
well,
didn't
it looks
realise,
like
did
her.
he?
Might as well just go with
Well, no, if it's a clone, it is.
It is her.
Yeah. Not to get
Well-
into an ethical debate, but I mean, they
Don't
wouldn't.
start this because she's going to go on now.
it. Yeah, I studied
I
clones.
studied
and-
clones.
I studied clones in philosophy, actually.
Good casting.
Yeah, I like Josh Brolin.
I
He's a
just-
very good
I'm just-
actor.
What about all the Thanos jokes we're going to get?
Oh,
Yeah, it's
we're
gonna be
get a lot,
unbearable.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to be like dick joke, Thanos joke, dick joke, Thanos joke.
your dad shagged a clone joke.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah, there'll be a
they're
lot.
obviously not going to do that because it's so like convoluted. Like to
I
set
think
up in a
they'll
film.
start describing it and then
Yeah,
they'll be like,
I
"We
reckon
don't have time for this."
I reckon they'll start to and then, like there was multiple times they'll try and explain it, and then each time it'll get like interrupted by Ryan Reynolds like wanking with a unicorn or something.
Yeah, something like that. Because that's funny, innit?
Yeah, funny stuff.
More superhero news. Deathstroke is now apparently not the main villain in The Batman after extensive
But
rewrites.
He looked great in that.
I
promo
didn't get any of the
thing.
fuss around Deathstroke.
No, he looked cool. That
He
little,
looked cool,
that little promo was
and
cool.
that little
And it-
clip before the Arkham Knight video game looked cool.
Yeah,
I
but
was like, I'd quite like to see Batman and Deathstroke fight, but what's Deathstroke's?
what is he? He's
What
just-
is his
Who's
character?
where's his interest? Where's the
He's
personal?
basically like an assassin, sort
yeah,
of.
he's an assassin basically. But there's no kind of like that personal.
It's not Manny Bennett's the one in TV show, isn't it? It's Joe Mangan Yellow.
Yeah,
And
people,
get
were
buzzing
like,
about him.
"Yeah, Joe Manganiello," and I'm like, "What's he done?"
This is a weird thing
What's
with
he done?
DCU for me. Is like,
Who's
What?
Joe Manganiello?
he's the guy who's
I
playing
don't-
Deathstroke. He's
he's,
in How I Met Your Mother.
He's Sofia
He's the big
Vergara's
other lawyer
husband.
guy. Sofia Vergara's husband.
That's the only
Yeah,
reason I
okay.
know who he is. Like, I'm like, I don't know him as his own person.
He's
I'm
pretty
like,
shredded.
he's
but
so
I just like
man.
the weird thing about DCU's EU is that they're hiring people who are in like. What I find worrying is they're hiring people like David Ayer who've done like Fast and Furious. People who are like bros. Do you know what I mean?
Shredded though.
There's a lot of bro stuff in a DCU which I'm not a big fan of. So it's like David Ayer, Jason Momoa, who's like, is he a good actor?
He's
I mean-
he's good in Thrones.
He's all right
Is he good in
but
Thrones?
He doesn't have
Oh,
any
he's
He's
good
good for the
act,
part.
does
Yeah,
He doesn't act in it though. He just goes like,
yeah. He,
no,
oh, he was.
you. It's like what?
He was
Gal
in.
Gadot, Fast and Furious. Is she a good actress?
Don't know.
Not sure about that.
She's good at doing
Zack
Turkish
Snyder,
airline
very
adverts.
broy. It's all very
Yeah,
broy, and I'm
it's all
not
bros.
like Justin Lin for Aquaman, Fast and Furious.
Jay Courtney.
Jai Courtney. It's all
Courtney.
like it's all a bit too like popular franchisey. Whereas like if you look at what Marvel have done with hiring actual people who can act
Yeah.
Yeah, they might be great.
and like talented filmmakers.
yeah. Don't know.
I mean, the only one I
Ja-
suppose Henry Cavill was inspired casting, and Ben Affleck obviously is
Yeah.
like Oscar winner. But
I
apart
think
from
he's
that, it's
good.
all
Ezra
Ezra
Miller.
Miller.
Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller.
They,
Yeah,
They've kind of got a weird mix of going. Let's
Yeah.
get people that are going to be cool,
And
and
people are gonna
I just
be
feel
great.
like just
like
hire
Ezra,
people
Ezra
who are
Miller's
good
not
rather than
cool. I don't
No.
think.
No, it's not. It's weird, isn't he? I
Uh,
find him really
especially
creepy
after Fast and Furious with that
Yeah.
bowl cut.
It's kind of, I have nightmares about that bullshit.
Joe Manganiello's been in Spider-Man trilogy. He played Flash
Yeah,
Thompson.
it's Flash Thompson, wasn't he?
ER, How I Met Your Mother, One Tree Hill.
He's in One Tree Hill.
So how are
He's
people
in
buzzing
True
about him?
Blood,
How are people buzzing about this?
and he was voted favourite pop culture werewolf of all time by the readers of Entertainment
I
Weekly,
stand mistaken there. Don't I?
and one of Men's Health 100 fittest men of all time.
That's my issue. Is that he's like an icon of fitness, and that's why he's in that role. Like he might be great. He might be great.
If I like
But-
picture him, he looks like a shit version of the guy that
Oh.
played.
He was in Magic Mike.
Yeah, he was in Magic Mike. Yeah,
What are you
he's just
miming?
miming like Sniper is
Yeah.
one.
What's his name?
Will Smith.
No. In Daredevil.
Oh,
John
Punisher.
Bernthal.
Yes. Yeah, he looks like a shit version of him.
He's kind of like a ripped, like a bigger, cleaner version of him than him.
Yeah, but it's like
He's not as
loses
horrible
all
and
of the
gritty.
character and
Yeah. No, he's not.
interest
He's
and
not like John
Yeah.
Bernthal's like
He's more attractive in a sort of earthy way.
he's like a real dude,
A real person.
and he's a good actor,
And he's a really good actor.
and he's not like broy.
Yeah.
I did realise this is my problem with the DCU. It's like they've gone too bro-y.
Yeah.
They've kind of looked at Fast and Furious and gone, oh, let's do that. It's like Aquaman on that car. I'm just like, please stop it. Just stop it. Just make a good film. Stop trying to be cool. And anyway, we're done with the DCU now.
Have we?
For
Have
life.
we, Rob?
I'm done.
Have we done?
I'm done with it.
You're not going to say anything ever again on the DCU.
Stop being bro-y. It's making me angry. Shall we move on to some Star Wars news then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars Celebration this week in wherever it was. Lots of exciting news to
America.
get through.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with some video game news, Matt?
Yeah. Battlefront 2 got a pretty sick trailer.
Is it going to be a whole new disc?
Yeah.
Why is that a weird question?
Are video games on discs?
No, but you
What
already
is
have
games?
Battlefront, and I thought like maybe they'd just like update it because it's all online, isn't it? Right?
No.
No.
Yeah. The first
Yeah,
one
but
was
it's a
kind
whole
of-
new like
It's a whole new game.
Like
Okay,
it'll have
cool.
redesigned.
But it's like the same
Everything.
sort of
Yeah.
concept of like playing against.
Although that is
Well, it's going to be. Well, this is the thing. It's going to
that
be
is the way that games will be going though. Like,
Yeah, this is
with
the-
like Overwatch. Like Overwatch is constantly being like
constantly
updated
updating, yeah.
online rather than
Yeah.
doing like an Overwatch 2. They're just going to do patches,
But
which is the way
basically what
that
they're
it'll
doing
go.
is actually
But
creating the game.
but EA
get
are too money grabbing to do that.
I see.
So they're just going to make you pay like £50 for the disc.
But-
But apparently there is no season pass on it now.
Oh, that's good. This looks like
Apparently it's all.
an actual full game.
Yeah, an
It's
actual
like
full
Battlef-
game.
I didn't have that bigger issue with Battlefront. Like
No,
some
I didn't.
people
I
were
enjoyed
mental,
it for
but
what
I
it
really
was.
enjoyed it.
I really
Really
enjoyed
fun
it.
to watch.
I put a lot of hours into playing that game.
But the issue was that it was
And the graphics are amazing. The gameplay
Yeah,
was
I love
solid.
the sound design.
sound
That's
design's
what I
really
love
good. The objectives were always fun. And I know a lot of people had a problem. I spent hours.
the only issue
playing
was that it
game.
didn't have a single player. Like it had
Yeah,
the
there
single
wasn't
player
a-
mode was shit.
Yeah, the single
really.
play mode. But it's kind of fun if there's like a lot of you and you're having your
Yeah,
few
yeah.
beers and like messing about with it. But in terms of like, you couldn't play it on your own. I never played the single
I
player
didn't.
on my own because it's really boring on your own. And even with like a couple of people, like with someone else, you do it once and then be like, "Yeah, should we go and do something else?"
Yeah,
Like,
play some FIFA.
yeah, should we play some FIFA instead?
But it looks like we're getting a pretty, like, not just a single player campaign where you like Luke doing odd missions. It looks like an actually thought out storyline from a new character.
Yeah.
Matt's typing something.
Sorry.
Paying
Yeah, no,
attention.
I'm paying attention. No, it does. It looks really good. It seems like a really interesting campaign, and this like the whole thing. What's interesting about the second original Battlefront was that you went through like Order 66,
Yeah, that's
and it
cool.
was really cool because you were like, you kind of knew obviously because you'd watched the films, like you were the clone troopers. You're like, we're the good guys, we're saving the galaxy. And then you do Order 66 and kill all the Jedi, and then you'd be like, oh, I'm Stormtrooper, what's going on now? And it feels like this is going to have a similar tone to it. Do you know what I mean? Not a lot of games like make you the bad guy. And it might not. Yeah, there's a car alarm going off, I think. But
Good.
it doesn't make it.
It's not yours, is it?
I don't know. They don't. We'll go off in a minute, won't it? It's sort of like everyone knows that the Stormtroopers are the bad guys, but it'll be interesting to see how the game puts that across. Like if they
Yeah, it
make
feels
you
very,
feel like the good guy,
It
that'd
feels
be
very
really
extended
interesting.
universe where they do that with kind of characters from the dark side. Like they're just kind of guys, and they're like doing the job sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. But this
kind of like in Rogue One a little bit with Mads Mikkelsen's character.
yeah,
So it could be quite cool.
yeah. it could
I
be.
reckon it's probably
'Cause I
going to
think-
be. It looks like she's very much pro Empire in that.
Yeah,
trailer. I reckon
she's
it's
like,
prob-
let's revenge our
I reckon it's probably
emperor.
going to have a twist in there, and you're not going to end up finishing the game pro Empire. I'd imagine.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what does happen.
But
with
it's
that.
cool,
Yeah.
and obviously you can now play as
Loads of characters.
prequel area. Through
Yeah,
to,
I mean, I wonder how
The
much-
Last Jedi, which you couldn't
like,
do in.
Have they said what it's going to be? Is it going to be like a campaign with that storyline, and then online it's going to
I
be?
think I read
all the
somewhere you can
different
also do
areas?
campaign as Luke, and you can do
Okay.
also at least single player missions as
Yeah.
heroes.
Okay.
So
Cool.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Very excited for that. Out
Yeah.
later this year,
Yeah. November 17th, I believe. Same day as Justice League.
and something
I
else.
love- cool. Let's get it. Pre-order
What now?
and get some screens set up in one of the rooms.
Yeah.
For the
They're
wedding.
talking about a wedding, by the way. For those of you who don't know, they're getting married. Ugh.
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 Last Jedi panel.
Yeah.
We're going to the trailer in a bit, but there's news that despite Carrie Fisher's brother coming out and being like, she is in the episode 9.
And you guys reporting it last
we did
week.
reporting it last week because we said it.
Yeah, that's what someone said. So.
Take some.
Don't fake news, Rob.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Taken in by the fake news.
But she's not going to be in episode 9.
No,
Who's it? Kathleen Kennedy said he got
who's-
confused or something.
He's a bit slow. He got
He's a bit-
confused.
Yeah, he know nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I'm a bit relieved by that.
it
It
just
depends
depends
kind of what footage they had and
how it's wrapped
how
up
it would work,
in 8. Because if it's just sort of not addressed, and then suddenly it's
She
like
dies off screen.
she's doing something else, just like it'll be really, really sad, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they've got a plan. But then
Hopefully.
these are the same people.
Hopefully, like they've already
CGI talking. So
hopefully, maybe they've already filmed like a scene in 8, which
she was-
could be repurposed.
or maybe she was
something.
never supposed to be in 9.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Like maybe she was like something happens in 8 that don't know. Do you?
Possibly. But she also, or Ryan Johnson also said that she script doctored episode 8.
Yeah,
Which
I
did a
thought this
lot
was
of-
really cool.
Yeah.
Like uncredited
Yeah.
script doctoring.
Yeah,
before
she did. Like,
before
which
she
only
died.
really came out after she died. Like, people like she was an amazing screenwriter and stuff, and she did loads of script doctoring for some quite well-known stuff. And
This is pretty good.
yeah, I think that's really cool. That they'll probably give her a writer's credit now, though, won't they? Just to give her a.
Oh, there's going to be a big tribute at the end. Everyone's going to.
yeah.
I just hope she gets like a proper send off. It's not.
Yeah, it's hard though,
I
isn't it?
assume
Because
they've
you go.
edited, or they kind of
Yeah,
know what they're doing.
It's
with
hard
8
because
before she died.
you don't want to like lessen the film. I mean, I don't think she would want that. Do you know, to lessen the film to work in a way for her to, have a proper send off. But at the same time, I think it's a really hard one to deal with. And now it's kind of like, oh, woe is me, my film that's going to make $100 billion. I've had to work a way around one of the cast dying. Like it is, but I think it's like a difficult. Because I think you got to remember, like a lot of Star Wars people have worked on it since the original, I think. So it's kind of like a bit like a family. So it's quite hard for some of the like Kathleen Kennedy who probably knew Carrie Fisher quite well and stuff, and some of the other producers and writers and everything probably knew her quite well. So hopefully they'll do it right. They'll do it
Hopefully,
good.
Yeah. We're also apparently, according to Daisy Ridley, definitely going to find out Rey's parentage.
Good.
I've got a theory about this. We'll talk about it in a bit.
Have you?
Yeah.
No one cares about your theory.
So that's good. They're not going to drag it out too long. Hopefully, it's not like something that happens in the last scene of the film.
It's a
Because
cliffhanger.
it's not that. Like, I don't really care. Like, I just want to. Like, it's not something I'm that interested in. I just kind of want you to stop making a mystery out of it and just.
Yeah, I don't really need cliffhangers for Star Wars anymore. It's like I want setup, so I'm excited for the next one, but I don't need cliffhangers because I'm going to go and watch it anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And also, Ryan Johnson has also said that Last Jedi is singular and not plural.
Even though the Spanish
one
says Jedi.
He's like, no, I've done it wrong.
They've done it wrong. Marketing idiots.
And that makes more sense now, knowing what we know from the Last Jedi trailer.
Yep.
And one final piece of news: no one here's watched Rebels, have they?
No.
I watched a bit of the first season. It was fine. Obviously, like pretty kiddie, but it's pretty good.
Some people really enjoy it, don't they?
Yeah,
but
it's pretty good. I quite enjoy like the extra bits of lore and stuff.
Yeah. I think it's just.
I'd rather kind of just know that lore though, rather than actually
watch it. Kids show. Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all the main talking points.
You didn't actually say anything about Rebels.
No, or major talking points of Star Wars Celebration.
What did you say
sorry,
about
yes.
Rebels? You literally just went, have you guys watched Rebels? I watched the first season. That's all the talking points.
So apparently season 4 is the last season of Rebels.
Oh, okay. That makes sense now.
Anything else that you noticed?
No.
Nope, don't think so.
Oh, there's going to be that new character who's going to be very instrumental.
Rose.
Yes.
It's like some person. Is she going to be instrumental?
Apparently.
Who says?
Biggest introducing character.
Says who though?
I don't know, someone on the thing.
Yeah, I always don't buy this stuff when people say. It's like when people like Captain Phasma, right? If they hadn't, I think like the marketing of Captain Phasma wasn't like they didn't big her up to be a massive character that much, but I feel like people are like, oh, it's Gwendolyn Christie, she's in Star Wars, she's going to be a big character.
I think the journalists did. Like,
I think that's what I mean. I think it's media who big it up, and I think that's what's happening here with that Rose character.
She was getting like specific interviews about Star Wars, and then I don't know. Maybe she did more than. I reckon she did more than.
I think she did, but I don't think she's ever going to be a major
But
character.
then it was kind of like in the film for like 2 scenes, 3. She's literally in the film 3 scenes, and they're really small, and she doesn't really get anything to do.
I don't think she's particularly. I mean, people getting excited about Gwendolyn Christie. Is she that good?
No, she's good in Game of Thrones for what she is.
Yeah, I don't think. I'm not like.
No, I'm not like.
She's done one thing on TV.
Yeah, I think that's it. She's not bad, but it's not. It's people like getting excited over her because it's like a name they know from another pop culture thing that they like.
Yeah, let's get Vin Diesel in.
It's Gwendolyn Christie from Game of Thrones, and I like her, but like it's not kind of a thing of going. I wouldn't go and watch something because she was in it.
Yeah, she's not like amazing in Game of Thrones. I mean, she's fine.
No, yeah, she's fine. Yeah.
Whatever. Let's do trailer of the week then.
Breathe. Just breathe. Now, reach out.
What's the trailer of the week?
Is it Transformers?
It is Transformers. Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. The
Seen
Last Night.
No.
This is as far as I can blag stuff.
There was a new one.
There was one. I watched one last week as well. I think there's a new one every week, apparently.
Probably.
Talking about it, saying it was
By the genius Michael Bay.
According to Tony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Is Tony Hopkins insane?
Maybe Westworld sent him insane.
Oh, speaking of, when's that coming out again? Oh,
Right.
I think I saw something where what's the face? You know the one? Oh, what's the? You know the main one?
Yeah.
She's
Rachel Evan Wood or Evan Rachel Wood?
Evan Rachel Wood.
Wood Evan Rachel.
She's got a different sort of. You're going to find out more about her character in the next one, she said, and it's going to be a bit darker.
So a bit dark.
I mean, this could have gone in the previous news section, couldn't it?
Westworld's already
Yeah, but
pretty
I
dark.
just thought of it, so
So maybe you should apply for the podcast.
there you go.
Right.
Well, that's for you to edit.
Yeah, Rob. Westworld is pretty
Edit
dark
out.
already.
Yeah, okay,
No
fine.
one's gonna
do
hear
that.
this.
When's the new Westworld coming out?
I don't know.
It's like next year, I think.
Why are we talking about Westworld?
I really want to talk
Because
about it.
you mentioned,
You mentioned it, so
Tony
it's your
Hopkins.
fault.
and then I said Westworld.
Jesus! I was going to talk about The Last Jedi!
Let's talk about The Last Jedi then. Got a trailer. It was good. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that what we're going to talk about?
Do you hate Star Wars as well now, Matt?
Yeah.
As well as
Just
James Gunn. James Gunn,
Hate
Star Wars on the
James
list.
Gunn.
Good trailer.
Yeah, it was
It's a really good teaser,
trailer.
wasn't
Yeah, it was
Really
really
good.
good.
Really
trailer.
impressive. Very atmospheric. Great music.
Answered a few of the questions that we had at the end of the last one,
Such as...
such as how long is there between these two films?
That
Looks
was
like
already
there's
answered, like, right
no
after
time. Yeah.
Force Awakens.
Oh, because they carried on filming there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight
Well,
away.
even-
It's the first Star Wars film to do that.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
To start exactly
Well,
after
apart
the
from-
sequel. A New Hope after Rogue One.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Why did they make A New Hope so close to it? Oh, give us some time, man. Very, I'm going to... We can go for a little bit through my article that I wrote on the website.
Oh god, just plug
Just
in.
read it, man.
Yeah, just read it out.
One
I'll go
thing
to
that
sleep.
struck me watching this teaser was how...
No, stop it.
Don't do that.
Very Empire-y.
Yeah.
Lots
Is
of
it?
Empire shots, similar shots. There's that 80-80 like scene, which looks pretty reminiscent of the Hoth scene.
The style of it as well, the red type
I
and
don't
the
know.
sort of... I mean, the poster's
I'm gonna
really
watch
good,
it on silent now.
but the sort of darkness of it looks like it's going to be that sort of theme.
Yeah, very dark.
I mean, it was always going to be that sort of
There's
theme.
also kind of the training whole thing.
Yeah, montage.
Is it going to be too Empire-y?
No.
I don't think so. I think they're marketing it like that because it'll be familiar and people expect it. I think it might subvert when we go and see it.
Hopefully.
That's
Because it would be a shame if we just got something else
So do you
that
feel
was like Force Awakens had to be close to to A New Hope because it'd been so long since you had a Star Wars film.
And
It's
you had
like
to
bring
introduce
people
the
back in.
characters as well.
But I said this in my article.
But if this one's like it as well, then you just go, oh,
you do.
like, do something new.
But if you look
please.
at most like sci-fi fantasy stories, even like centuries-old stories, plot beats
yeah, pretty similar.
are pretty similar in every single
Yeah.
thing
And I
you,
guess you
you
have to
read
have-
or watch.
In a trilogy,
Everything's based off something
someone's
else.
won this battle, and then someone else has to win the other battle, and then
It's like
someone
simple
wins the battle.
three-act
Yeah.
like arc.
So I mean, it will be that.
I mean, just because a Death Star gets destroyed, it doesn't make it less good or like.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you've just got to have a metaphorical
But the point
defeat.
will be that the First Order are now going to strike back.
Yeah, that's the way like
Yeah.
a 3-arc
That's how it
trilogy
goes.
tends to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. They've had their defeat, and now they're going to come back stronger than.
But you can look at that in any
Never.
film
Yeah,
trilogy,
yeah.
really,
It
and that
doesn't-
kind of
yeah, it
happens.
doesn't
Like
mean it's
the
gonna be beat
middle
for beat's
one's always the
sake.
one where the hero kind of struggles.
Yeah.
If you look at like the Dark Knight,
I'm
kind of like
hoping
the Two
that-
Towers,
Yeah, I'm hoping that there is.
the middle Harry Potter one,
Yeah.
Voldemort comes back,
Iron Man 2, no.
Iron Man
Same
2,
as Iron Man
Nemesis, Mickey Rourke,
1. Mickey Rourke's
So-
melted face.
the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
It's pretty standard arc.
Yeah, pretty standard art.
but I'm
Um,
hoping they do explore what you said in the article about the sort of Luke being a sort of different teacher to Yoda.
Yeah,
thought
so
that's a really
I kind of
interesting
drew these
idea.
parallels of saying like, you know, you've obviously got like two Jedi, one Jedi's sought out, the other one for training on a
Yeah.
secluded island.
Yeah.
You know, the parallels there are pretty obvious. But are we kind of is Rey going to have that same battle with the dark side as Luke did? Because if she does,
Well,
it's
according
going to
to
be a little bit
yeah, a bit like
same.
well,
isn't
according to the is it not the novelization of the Force Awakens in that scene with Kylo Ren at the end when
she
where
hears
they're
Snoke,
fighting,
yeah.
she's supposed to like feel the dark side a bit and
When
like
she hears Snoke, I think
yeah.
Snoke like message like
does she? And then
kicks
like
in the head
yeah, and she's
and
supposed
says,
to like
kill
almost
him,
kill
strike
him.
him down.
But in the film, you don't. I mean, you get like anger, but you don't ever think she's gonna.
Yeah,
kill
that's
him
what
out
I
of
found a bit
cold
weird.
blood.
But you've seen the poster obviously has her lightsaber in the
Yeah.
air turning to red at the end.
Yeah,
Clue
interesting.
or coincidence?
But no, I don't think you can have a coincidence. I think it's one of those things where it's trying to just hint at stuff, but if it doesn't turn out to be true, then you know you could say, "Oh, it's Kylo Ren's lightsaber."
Yeah,
So I think-
is Kylo Ren gonna?
Because I
Something
think,
good?
I really want more Kylo Ren. Like
Yeah.
his story is the most interesting to me. This kind of thing of he wants to be a bad guy.
It's like he wants to be a bad boy, but he's just a mummy's boy. Oh,
Yeah,
he's-
yeah. But he just kind of feels like
Mom,
the good calling to him
do
when
you kill
usually
people?
it's the other way around, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
And his sort of insecurity and stuff. I think it's really
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, he's very interesting. One of the most interesting villains I've seen in a while.
And it looks like we're going to get some more flashbacks, probably like forcebacks. I think J.J. Abrams called them, didn't he?
Forcebacks, man.
Which probably finally tell the story of how
The Knights of Ren.
Knights of Ren,
I
Kylo
really
Ren
want to
destroyed
see
his
that.
temple and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because
Do we reckon Rey's
we
been
can't. I think we need to see that to feel like the weight of Luke disappearing.
yeah, are we going to
'Cause we
see
just
that
think,
through
like,
Rey's
he-
eyes though? Was she a kid at the temple? Do you reckon? And she's going to have that memory like
Maybe.
blocked by Luke or something, and then he's going
Maybe, or
to
maybe Luke will show her.
or show
Yeah, maybe he'll be like just sort of like a Dumbledore pensive sort of thing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
come with me, sort of thing. Well, we don't get in this trailer as much about like Finn. What's he going to be doing?
He's going to be lying in that tank.
Yeah, we've got like I've just got the shot up now of him like in the because I thought it'd maybe be a you know which one does like because Luke gets injured a few times, doesn't he? He's in a tank, and the next scene he's like walking about, and I just thought he'll be like awake.
Yeah, I
By the-
didn't really play it particularly big at the end of Force Awakens. Like the one was
Yeah.
just to Rey, like, oh, he's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, you know,
but he's like in this hibernation chamber thing
I
by the
thought
look
there
of
was-
it. And
I'm guessing
there-
no, but they're the aspects of the story that we literally know nothing. Like what they did really
Yeah.
clever in these trailers, like teased it, but teased the bits that we already know are happening.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like well, we know Rey's going to be trained to be a
It's
Jedi.
giving
Yeah,
us
so it's all
the
based
things
on that,
we're
isn't
Yeah,
predictable,
we know there's going to be a space battle. You know, we know all this stuff, but like it's kind of like I'm more interested in Finn than I am with Poe because Poe's kind of he's not got like an arc yet.
He's just a cool
He's just
guy.
a cool guy and he's funny and he's a good pilot and that's fine. You need that sort of thing, but with with Finn, I feel like he could have like a really great like story arc. Like I really really like his character.
Yeah,
and
I
his
have no idea
setup
where that's
that
going.
He's
Like,
a stormtrooper and
I hope they do it justice.
I hope
He's
there's
not
more of
just
that. I
sidelined
hope
for-
there's not just sort of like they never mention really again that he's a stormtrooper, and like maybe because he's been conditioned since like birth, you could do something with that.
like he just randomly starts killing people.
Not random starts killing people, but maybe he gets captured again or something, and they
Like
try and
reprogrammed.
like reprogram
That'd be
it,
cool.
like that'd be like kind of Winter Soldier style, like
Yeah,
something like
that'd
that'd
be
be quite cool. But yeah, not
I
sure
thought
what's
there was
going
a
on with that.
promo shot of him like crouching down somewhere wearing Poe's jacket.
Yeah, the jacket's made it.
The jacket's made it. That's good.
Yeah.
Even though it got
Got
slashed, in
slashed
half.
at the back.
I just love the fact that
Get,
someone's
get
like,
the rebels to
he's just
stitch
like,
that
"You just
back
need
up.
to fix this jacket for me. It's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, it's just-
Maybe Poe gets it and he
Some-
says, "Look, you need to fix this jacket for
it
him
needs
when
a
he wakes up."
sentimental jacket
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe they'll have a romance.
for my boyfriend. No, because Finn's into Ray, innit?
Got a boyfriend, cute boyfriend.
I don't. Well, you never know. You got a boyfriend, cute boyfriend.
Could be bisexual.
Could be bisexual.
All sorts of things going on in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Interspecies stuff.
Yeah, wrong in it. Wrong. We see Poe's X-wing get blown up. By the looks of it.
Doesn't
Which
really
is
tell us
sad
an
because
awful
it's
lot.
a real cool X-wing.
Yeah, everyone's getting new one now.
But obviously, it just means that obviously the Empire are going to launch an attack on the Rebellion base.
They might strike back.
They're going to
Does that
strike
mean
back.
that Poe's going to die?
I doubt it.
No, it's too cool, isn't he?
Yeah, it's too cool.
Too swashbuckling.
One thing I did notice was some books.
Yep.
Did you notice the books, Matt?
I
The books.
saw the books.
Books on the bookshelf, and then there's like a close-up of one book with like the Jedi
Oh, yeah, I
council
did,
logo on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So these are likely to be old Jedi texts, I guess, that Luke's acquired.
Salvaged from the temples or something.
But here's one of my theories, Matt. Do you know the Marvel
exciting.
Star Wars comics?
Yeah.
Ongoing comic series.
Yeah.
There's an issue of that where Luke goes to Obi-Wan's house on Tatooine after he's died
Yeah.
and finds like a journal, Obi-Wan's journal with for Luke on it.
Okay.
So this is all canon, obviously,
Yeah,
because it's still part of the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
universe. So my theory is that one of these books is going to be Obi-Wan's journal.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
And inside that journal, it's going to reveal that Rey is a descendant of Obi-Wan.
So she's Rey Kenobi.
Yeah. It all
Interesting.
fits. It all fits. If
It
you
does.
make it fit, it all fits.
See,
if you
I'm-
jam it together, it all fits.
I'm going to be...
I think that'd be
I don't
so
know,
cool. Though.
like-
Could be, and because as well, we get two... Because in Rey's Force back in Episode 7, as the Alec
Yeah,
Guinness
yeah,
and
yeah.
Ewan McGregor,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
why...
Why would that be there?
Why would that be there unless she had some connection to them? I understand like the lightsaber stuff because that's specific to that lightsaber.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But why would she hear like Obi-Wan talking to Luke otherwise? Unless I suppose it does,
Yeah.
you can kind of
Unless
make it make
she's
sense whichever way you want. 'Cause
Kylo's twin or something.
it's clever because
Yeah.
they have done it so you can read different stuff into it and every single
Yeah.
thing makes sense.
But-
and then also in this trailer,
but
there's
I-
also another line from Leia says, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope."
Yeah.
So again, that's like a Kenobi connection. And there's another Alec Guinness line in the trailer as well, which is like hidden underneath.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
just-
feeling the pull to the dark side.
I just don't... I'm going to feel misled if she's not like canon laters.
I don't. I
'Cause-
feel like I'm going to be disappointed if she's related to anybody.
I feel like Kenobi would be a good one because it's like she's tied in, but she's not too.
She's not one of the Skywalkers.
She's not Skywalker
Yeah.
because I feel like
but-
Kenobi's like
But it's like the way
Obi-Wan was
they've
the only
done it.
good thing about the prequels, really.
Yeah.
Alec Guinness, he's such a cool character that's not been explored properly, and I think if they link Rey into Kenobi, they're gonna then have an excuse to be like, oh, by the way, we're doing this Obi-Wan anthology film.
Yeah.
That's what I'd really love to see, that film of Ewan McGregor on Tatooine.
Why was it? No, because you're not going to be able to do anything. Like, it'd be so boring.
Oh, he's
Why is
Like, the
he
whole
sitting
point
there
is
watching TV.
the whole point is that he stays there to lie
There's
low.
not, because there's an Obi-Wan. There's like a few issues of a comic, and
Yeah,
it's actually
but I
pretty
don't-
good.
Where's
It doesn't-
Rey
I-
when he's on Tatooine then?
Well, Obi-Wan has like a daughter.
Yeah, where's his daughter then? Why is he?
Well,
not
exactly.
with her?
You could tell this story, couldn't you?
See, I
You
don't
could
know.
do whatever you.
I
You've
don't
got
think
pretty much
that,
a blank slate.
like, even though I know it's been done in the comics and stuff, I don't think it makes sense to have Obi-Wan do anything during that time. Because the whole point is that he's lying low, and he's not going to use any of his powers or do anything because that will alert the Empire. Like the last thing
He has
he
to
wants.
deal with that. He has to deal with stuff.
Well, no, but that's what I mean. Like, the last thing he wants is the like using any sort of force power because might draw the Empire towards Luke. Like, that's the last. He's there just to make sure Luke's okay, and he'll use his powers if Luke
But what if
needs
someone
it.
comes looking for Luke?
Oh yeah, maybe, but like we know, there's no
It could
peril
work.
there. There's no peril. There's no anything because we know that they don't find Luke. We know
There's
that they don't
interesting
kill.
character, family.
Like, that's what my problem is. I'm just kind of going. Well, there's
Well, it's
no
prequel
peril
syndrome, isn't it?
as
But-
that there's anything because, like, it's not a story I like need
I quite
telling
like it.
really.
I like Obi-Wan. I like Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I
I'd like to
Ewan
see him
McGregor's
back
Obi-Wan.
in a decent film. But it'd be
But-
better. I'm more interested about that than I am about the story of Rogue One.
No,
I don't know
I
if-
The
if
story
it
for
had
Rogue
been
One
done
doesn't interest me
properly,
at all.
I would have found it really interesting, especially if Mads Mikkelsen had saved the day and then been
I'm not that
seen as a
bothered.
villain anyway. I would thought that would
Yeah.
be really interesting.
But should we discuss the last line that Luke says, where he says, "It's time for the Jedi to end"?
I think that's really cool.
yeah,
is this-
that was good.
A sign that we're going to get some more ambiguous Force users.
What I reckon is happened is like Luke's. You know, he is the only Jedi now. He struggled with his own battle with the dark side, and I think he's gone away and he's spent this time meditating, and and I think he's realised that the Force is. It's not just good and evil. It's not just dark and light. Like, you need a balance, and you need both.
Yeah,
I think is what he's kind of figured out.
I think
and the Jedi kind of mentality is the dark side is bad. The dark side is bad. We have to repress it. We have to get rid of it.
That's why stuff like Anakin happened.
And that's why stuff like that has happened, because they've just tried to repress it and destroy it. Whereas he's kind of realised that. Because there are Jedi like that, aren't there?
They're grey Jedi.
Yeah,
I
grey
wrote
Jedi.
in my article, pretty much what you just said is what I wrote, saying, like, maybe Luke's realised that by reading these old Jedi texts, that kind of by repressing people and just telling them to blindly follow orders rather than actually kind of ask questions and stuff probably doesn't really help.
Yeah, exactly.
And asking, teenagers who are immensely powerful to go celibate probably isn't particularly helpful either.
Yeah.
Also, then,
I think
a lot of frustration
the race
there.
of the Jedi.
I mean, that's going to be interesting, because I hope, like, we get a bit more of that kind of going. We kind of know Jedi ideology, and that should have been what the prequels were about. Like, this whole, and criticising it a bit, going.
I feel like, because the Jedi were really cool originally in the original trilogy, and then you go back and go, oh, they're not cool. They're just like some weird fucking monk thing.
Like monk thing, and you just go.
I feel like either you've got to do that and criticise it, or make them cool, like not. monks.
Yeah. Like, cool. Like, you've got to, well, not just criticise it, but go. These guys aren't, like, there's stuff wrong here with what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, taking young kids and just, making them like warriors and stuff. It's kind of jihadi in a way, isn't it? Really,
it's
like
very
taking
jihadi.
taking young kids and.
That's why I think.
Although
it'd be good if Rey isn't related to anyone, she's just a child that's been stolen, and then maybe her family died.
I think when obviously, like, a Jedi's not supposed to be a warrior, though, is it? They're supposed to be like a peacekeeper.
The Jedi, what's a Luke stolen?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not Luke. Is it? Luke's never been like a proper Jedi because he's never gone through his training of.
He's
never been part of the Jedi Council because it hasn't existed.
Yeah, I guess.
So Luke's already quite a grey version of a Jedi.
Yeah.
So the grey Jedi is like an actual thing in canon where the people who kind of either use both sides of the Force, or it can refer to Jedi who are like good but are kind of exempt from the Council. So they've gone a bit like rogue.
Yeah.
So the people think Qui-Gon might be.
Yeah, I was going to say Qui-Gon.
Grey Jedi.
He's obviously got a bit of that going on with him.
Yeah, so I feel like Luke might have like read all these books and just been like, this is a bit shit. Let's. I don't think it's like as ominous as it can. It makes it sound very ominous
like
at the end, like
he's
gone a bit dark.
Yeah,
but I think it's probably just we're going to do this a different way now.
Yeah, I think it's more it
doesn't work.
Jedi. That's
you're kind of creating your own enemy in a way.
Yeah,
by having light and dark side.
That's interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I think obviously at the end of Return of the Jedi, it was kind of like. He was the only Jedi. He felt like he had to.
The Last Jedi.
He felt like he had to create this order again. He felt like it was on him to keep things going, and so he probably just started doing it without actually really knowing what he was doing in a way. And then he never really asked himself if what he was doing was right or wrong or whatever. He was just sort of going, "Well, I'm a Jedi. I'm the last Jedi. Oh God, I've got to keep this going." And then he got after Kylo Ren, he was kind of like,
maybe I fucked up.
Yeah, maybe I messed up. Like, what have I done? Like, I've tried everything. Like, I need to go away and rethink everything.
There's also. Did you read the Shattered Empire book?
No.
Comic book.
Shattered Empire. Which one was that?
So this is after Return of the Jedi. It's about. I think it's mainly Poe's mum.
Yeah, I read the first. Was it only one part?
Yeah, so I think there's only 4 issues or 6 issues.
Yeah,
and it's like
Luke,
Luke,
I've got the graphic novel.
Do you see the bit where Luke also? So in that, like Luke and Poe's mum go and fetch these trees that are at the heart of the Jedi Temple.
Oh yeah.
In Coruscant. Is it going to be a tree?
Maybe.
The Last Jedi. Seems kind of weird to make a book about it if it's not going to tie in any way. So I don't really know what to make of that.
No,
but there might be an important
something.
tree.
There might be nothing.
There might be a tree. There might not be a tree. Anything else to say?
I am excited.
You're very excited.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good teaser.
Yeah.
Didn't give anything away that we didn't already know, but like teased it perfectly.
That's what a teaser's for. We see,
but that's not what most teasers do, is it? Most teasers just say, "Here's the plot. Come and watch the film, please."